Nick Thayer is with me, one of the owners of Tactical Games, and it's been a pretty good weekend so far. It's great to get everybody back out here. All of the athletes today have qualified to be here, and we're about to check out a brand new division, the men's 60 plus.
We are, yeah. We're sitting here. Well, I'm sitting. You're very tall right now. Lauren refused to sit, so that's why it looks like this.
I gotta be the button pusher, so.
You push my buttons, that's for sure. So, yeah, we're very excited to have our 60-plus division. I think Jeff Craddock is actually in this this heat that's going, and he was really kind of the catalyst that pushed it forward and got it going for us this year. And started out as a category. We promised them we'd have a division here at Nationals, and we do, and we'll have a division next year, all year, for all the 60-plus competitors that want to come out and experience it. The weights are the same as the 50-plus, which is the same as the intermediate division, but they're competing against guys in their age bracket because we have guys that were in their 70s coming out and trying to compete with guys in their early 50s, and it's obviously about a 20-year age span.
Yeah,
but you're a dating pool, right? In the 50 to 70 age range?
You never know.
Okay.
Which is, it brings us to, let's see what they are about to do. Nick, this is actually a repeat. We did this one in Poland.
We did.
Let me see you pronounce this one. What is your best Polish accent?
Bakrowski.
Bakrowski. You got to roll.
I can't roll my R's.
You got to roll the R. This is going to be a lot of ergs that they're going to work through. It's 3 rounds. The men, they're going to have 12 calories starting with that bike erg. Then they will move to the firing line. They are going to have all steel targets for this. 590 yards with that rifle. Then moving to the erg one more time with the bike, and then finishing with the pistol for 20 yards. But if they miss, there's some penalty work on tap.
Yeah, so we did this stage, like you said, in Poland, and we had an excellent time, excellent response to it. We did it at a 200-yard shot, so less misses, although it was a tighter target. The wind that's kicking up out here is really going to be throwing people's shots off target, so really excited to see how they adapt, and I think we're going to see a lot of penalty work come out of it.
Any idea about how big those targets are if people are at home or trying to mimic and practice this?
Yeah, they're 20-inch steel. So you've got a 20-inch square steel piece at 590.
590. I feel like that's something that we don't typically see in a regional event. Sometimes we push to 600 yards, but why continue to push the limits and give people a long range like that?
It keeps them excited, keeps them interested, gives them something new to practice. If we keep moving the barrier a little bit every year and pushing it forward a little bit, it keeps on getting our competitors better at specific tasks, and long range is one of them. And the wind is something that's very difficult. Anybody can pull a trigger and get an impact on target. You elevate their heart rate, and then you add in this variable of wind, and it really changes the dynamic of how everything is going to go. And it's gusting here. It looks like it's gusting probably up to 15, maybe even a little higher than that. And that's going to push some people off target at that distance for sure.
And you talk about the men's 60-plus division. They aren't just out here for fun. They are still really competitive. But when you get to some of the masters divisions, it is interesting the way that they don't hold their cards too close to their chest. They'll talk before they go out there. Hey, this is exactly what I'm going to do. And they share their cheat sheets, which I think is exciting.
Yeah. I mean, and it's really the same throughout the entire sport. These guys want to beat a competitor at their best, not just because they had a piece of information that the other one didn't have. Or, you know, I've definitely found that in our sport. People want to show up, bring their best, and they want the best competitors out there pushing them forward.
And right now it looks like all 5 athletes in this squad are working on those penalty burpees. A 36-inch box, which looks tall. It is tall, but that's not the tallest box we have. It goes all the way up to 48 inches for our elite division.
Yeah, so we created this box in similar geometry that you might see a standard box at a gym. So it's got 3 different heights, and it goes all the way up to 48 inches. Can you box jump to 48?
I think 36 is the highest I've ever done.
We should go try 48 later on and see how it goes.
I don't know. Boxes, me and your wife are not friends. R.I.P.
Did you
to
say
when
you and my wife aren't friends?
We are friends. We are not friends with the boxes that you built for this sport. Let's be really specific on that.
So what we got out here? Who's going right now?
So we have Jeff Craddock. He is in lane number 1. We mentioned he's been a long-time competitor and really was the catalyst for the 60-plus division. We have Bob Porzio. He qualified this year, finishing second in Reno, Nevada. Michael Tricino. He qualified earlier this season, finishing third in Florida. We have Robert Hansen, qualified in Iowa, finishing third. And then to finish out this squad, Brett Abbott, who also competed in Rupert, Idaho, finishing fifth.
That's awesome. So there's a story behind Jeff and Bob. I don't know if you know that story.
I don't think I do.
So Jeff had a heart issue at one of our events. He went down hard, and Dr. Bob was one of the first people to respond to the event. And he was without pulse for quite some time, and Dr. Bob was instrumental in helping bringing him back, and probably the reason that he's walking around today.
So I knew that happened to Jeff, but I didn't realize that Bob, somebody who now he's competing in lanes next to, was actually the reason why Jeff is still out here competing today.
Yeah. And then we've got another doctor. We've got Dr. Bob Hansen out there too, and I think Brett's a doctor as well. It's just a group
the
of doctors.
safest squad to be in right now with our master's doctors. So if anybody needs any medical advice, maybe you want to
That's the way to go. Yeah.
Go over to stage 6 with the men's 60+ division.
Yeah, it looks like we've got people still. They're on the row.
Yep. So now they are in kind of that middle portion. They'll do two rounds of the row. They'll alternate between that rifle, trying to hit the steel, do any penalty work, and then one more time on the rower.
Yeah. So we had Concept 2. Concept 2 has been a sponsor and supporter of the sport this year. It was their first year, and excited to have them back next year. But they put on a seminar the other day at our headquarters during check-in and showed people how to optimize their stroke, how to really utilize these machines to the best of their capabilities. So I think I saw Dr. Bob was there, so I'm sure he picked something up, and excited to see how everybody else does on them.
Yeah, and it looks like it's Michael Tricino in the center. It looked like he was the first to make it back to the firing line. But all of these guys, they are within arm's reach of each other, and it's really going to come down to who ends up having to do the most penalty burpees.
So one thing about Mike, he's local here in Texas, and he'll come out to a lot of our skirmishes. He's been around for quite some time. Have you ever seen a 60-year-old with their shirt off?
I don't think so.
We'll discuss your personal life later. But
okay.
This Mike ripped his shirt off in one of the events, and he is jacked, like six-pack, crushing it.
Good for him.
Yeah. These guys are all out there. They're still, age doesn't dictate or determine what your capabilities are. So they're out there pushing each other and doing great things, even into their 60s. I remember thinking when I was younger, 60's an old man. But these guys aren't old men. They're out there crushing it.
No, and that's what's really humbling about being out here is, you say, oh, when I turn this age, I'm going to get out of bed and my back hurts and I can't do these things. And then you see, all these age groups with the men 60+, and then talk to some of the 70-year-olds that are still fit, are still hitting PRs and reaching new heights. And I think it's really cool also just to see the growth of the sport and how long can people still do this and see gains and see progress from regional event to nationals and year after year.
Well, I think the right diet, the right training methodology, utilizing, not overtraining, which is something that a lot of younger people, I've done it before. I think that you can extend that very long and very late into life and stay active and healthy for the entirety of the time.
When you were building these boxes, what was going through your head? Did you have a vision in the middle of the night and think, what is the biggest barrier that we can build that we're also going to need to transport from range to range? Because, folks, if you don't know, the Tactical Games team, they drive to every single regional event, bringing the rigs, the boxes, the yokes, the sandbags, and I can only imagine it's great for the competitors, but logistically can be a little hard to bring everywhere.
Yeah, I really wanted to screw all the short guys. So we got these really tall boxes, and it helped out. No, I had seen CrossFit do something similar in the games. They built a much taller, larger box, and I thought it was interesting watching how people got over them and the different techniques, because the smaller boxes, you don't really need to utilize a ton of upper body. But when you get into a 48-inch, there is a little press up to get up, and I've definitely enjoyed watching people and how they adapt to a different challenge.
And we talk about how many stages athletes are going to have to compete over the weekend. Typically, we do about 3 to 4 per day at our regional event, but today, these athletes are doing 6, and there's 14 across the weekend. Do you feel like for a national event that 14 is the sweet spot, or have you played with that, and how did you eventually get to that number as what you wanted to program?
Yeah, so we had some things we knew we wanted to do, and then we had some things come up that we definitely wanted to include as well. So we worked in that, and then we found some gap fillers. And initially today was only going to be 5 stages, but having an opportunity to put another aggregate in there. So right now they'll be doing a pistol-focused aggregate and a rifle-focused aggregate today. And then tomorrow they'll have a pistol and rifle focused aggregate in one, and then they'll have some action stages. So this really allows them to, the good pistol shooters to go out there and showcase what they're capable of, and the good rifle shooters to go out there as well. So we wanted to make sure we didn't leave anything untouched.
And I think it's interesting because as you look at the evolution of the sport, and even we talk about the 3-time national champ in the elite division, the men's elite, Jacob Hepner, he came from a CrossFit Games background in his first year. He very much thought maybe he could out-fitness the shooting component. How do you balance the shooting with the fitness over the course of the weekend, and how even the past 2-3 years that you've owned Tactical Games has that evolved?
That is one thing that's actually stayed pretty consistent. And, Jared, when he was the owner, definitely focused on that and put a lot of emphasis into making sure that it was balanced, because it's very easy to make one simple mistake that'll throw it off one way or the other. So it's something we focus on when we're building out stages, understanding what the possible time to complete the stages and how many rounds are involved in it, how many total possible penalties can be achieved. And it's basically a math formula that we put together. Are you good at math?
I am terrible at math.
Okay.
I rely on other people to add and subtract and multiply.
ChatGPT designed this for me.
Yeah, I do not utilize that as much as I should on my day-to-day basis.
It's okay. It keeps you smart.
It does. And speaking of being smart and what ChatGPT can't do, or maybe it can, Michael is still in the lead. He finished up, I think, his first round on the ski erg.
Oh, nice. All right.
So then he'll just, I believe, yep, that's him, or that's his judge in the middle.
We got, who's on that? That's Brett Abbott there on the right side. Mike's in lane.
Mike's
3.
in the, yep,
He's back on the
right in the
ski
middle.
erg.
So I don't think that he actually had any penalties on that last.
That's very impressive if you had no rifle penalties on that shot.
Especially with this wind. I'm sure you guys can hear it from in the speakers. It is very windy out here. And I think, is that the furthest that the athletes are shooting this weekend, 590?
It is, yep. They'll be engaging 590 today, and I believe it's 470 tomorrow, but it might be 590 again tomorrow.
Is that the first time that you had the longest rifle shooting target in a, what I would call like a traditional tactical game stage, instead of just like a 2-gun stage or a single modality rifle stage?
No, we did it at another event this year actually in New Hampshire. You weren't there because you were out playing with your other friends, but
Backstreet Boys concert in Vegas at the Sphere. I think that was more important. No offense.
Sure. If NSYNC was there, it would have been cooler, but that's
okay,
fine.
that's fair. Agree to disagree.
So no, we actually had a 650-yard shot at that one, and we mixed it with bike erg. So it was like, I believe 12 to 15 calories in the bike erg, depending on whether it was male or female. And then they had 7 rounds to engage. And then there was a mandatory reload. It was rifle only. But that was a really, really fun stage. I think Lupe Hernandez actually won that stage overall.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Good for her. And Lupe's an interesting story because it was only a couple years ago that she even learned how to shoot.
Yeah. She's she's got a husband who loves to shoot, and I think it was something that they found that they could do together. And since then, she's really, really increased her ability to shoot. And now she's one of the top marksmen in the sport.
Yeah, she's in our women's elite division this weekend. We covered her stage earlier, so if you want to go check that out, we have that on our stream. It'll also be on the Tactical Games YouTube channel. And it looks like, I think all 5 of our athletes are now into that last sequence of their ski erg, or at least one of the 2 sequences on the ski erg.
Yeah, looks like Mike's getting down for his last firing sequence on rifle. We're bringing another erg out tomorrow.
Oh, if people haven't tried the strength erg before, it'll smack you in the face if you go out too hot in that
thing.
thing.
Of nightmares. It's at the stage in New Hampshire, it was a very leg intensive stage, and we finished it after a 90-second break with 2 minutes max effort leg press on the strength erg, and it ate some people's lunch, and it was really Yeah, there's some great pain face photos that came out of that.
So many great pain photos.
We made Paul Gross famous that day.
Yes, we did, whether he wanted to be or not. He had no choice. And folks, we do apologize. Normally we have 2 cameras. We're trying to switch between them, but the connection once we get out to base 6 is not as strong as some of our other ones, so bear with us here.
Do you want to give them the technical reason why? You want to explain that to them?
Internet, we're out in the middle of nowhere at ranges. That's what happens. We can't hardwire in.
You're good at a lot of things. Technology, I don't know. It's yet to be decided.
No, but you're not the one clicking the buttons here. You're just sitting looking pretty.
I'm not allowed to. You wouldn't let me, because then we could be seated.
Okay. So what's the technical term? Do you have it?
It's a transmitter. There's a transmitter.
Oh, the transmitter. Oh, well, yeah.
What else you got? Any jokes?
Yes, but
Lauren is convinced that she's funny, so she's going to tell us a joke for
Have
everybody.
I feel like I would have to put myself on camera for this one, but we'll see if people can visualize. Do you know the butt crack one?
No, I don't. No.
Why is your butt crack vertical and not horizontal?
I can't imagine why.
Because if you fell down the stairs, hold please, it would go. So just kind of picture that now. Yeah, it's a great one. See, you're laughing.
Oh, God.
I am funny.
You are funny, Lauren.
I told that joke on a stage at a dance competition when I was 7 years old. And who would have thought now at the ripe age of 33, we're still telling the joke. It's a good dad joke, I feel.
It's a good one. It's a good one. Dr. Bob Porzio.
I love the technique of the little roll over the box. The way that we'll see if he does it again.
Grief burpees are my favorite when they just fall down the
You
ground.
take a little nap down there. Okay, and it looks like okay, so this will be, I think, his last.
Final round on the ski erg.
Oh, and that must have been the time cap. So that's the time for our men's 60-plus squad, brand new this season. And we also have the women's 50-plus that's new this season. So once again, just a testament of athletes are finding out about the sport, maybe even a little later in life, and they want to come out here and test themselves. And that is what I've learned, and I think the athletes out here have learned, is really the mission of Tactical Games. Come out here, work hard, enjoy the community, and see how far you can push yourself.
Yeah, and keep going for a long time. I mean, a lot of the guys that are in 40-plus now are guys that I started competing with in Elite with years ago, and I'm actually going to be eligible for 40-plus next year. So,
okay, so let the folks know now, when are you going to compete? When can they see you? Because the 2026 regional schedule is live, and you can register now for it.
I'm going to wait until there's an event where there's not a bunch of monsters that are competing in it, and then I'm going to.
Oh, so you're going to cherry pick?
Yeah, I'm going to cherry pick the event.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, of course. Maybe Italy, though.
Now that would be cool.
I don't feel like working. I'd rather just exercise.
Okay, but then you'll have to save all of the wine and the pasta until after. You can't
absolutely
do it beforehand.
Yeah. We don't drink here, Lauren. You know that.
I know.
No, I'm just kidding.
Just water.
I've been drinking all day. I have not.
On that note, Nick, it's been so much fun catching up with you, watching the men's 60-plus division underway. I think the next ones that we're going to cover is going to be men's tactical. We will be on a separate stage. So
who's going to be doing that one with you?
We are going to get Michael Crown from
Alexander Crown.
I'm sorry. All these names. Alexander Crown from Night Force Optics. He's going to jump on the headset, and we are going to talk about the men's tactical division as they take on stage 2.
And he is actually funny, so then you'll be able to gauge.
Okay,
like,
so maybe we'll have
Alexander
and not have
banter.
This awkward dryness that we love.
I appreciate the hard work, Lauren.
Okay, hold on. Well, you're not off camera yet. Hold on. I got to switch the screens. I got to get our graphic up now. You see, we're flying the plane as it building plane as it flies. Okay, we'll see you guys on the next one.